Ladies and gentlemen, a weird thing though happened on the way to the fair this year. I was just leaving to go, and a FedEx truck pulls up. A FedEx truck the guy gets out, he hands me a package. The package was from a secret society, so secret even I did not know I was a member. Now this is not that unusual because I've been a member of secret societies before. I've been involved with the Knights Templars, the Rosicrucians, ACLU, NARAL, Augsburg, etc. Now, the guy hands me this package, and the only return address on it is in Latin. It says, Gratia Morda, which my college Latin allows me to mistranslate as Grateful Dead. Now, this too is not that astounding because my family's been involved with the Grateful Dead for decades, ever since my biological father painted 3 album covers for them in lieu of raising my sister and I. Inside the package was an envelope and an artifact. The envelope was a summons for Jerry duty. That's right, a summons for Jerry duty. And the artifact is undoubtedly the most astounding mystical relic of our weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard of the Shroud of Turin, yes? The Shroud of Turin, a piece of cloth that many believe holds the image of a crucified Jesus of Nazareth. The Shroud of Turin that has been studied by 3 separate universities, all of which agreed that it was painted in the mid-14th century, possibly by Leonardo da Vinci. I do not have here a hoax. There are many religious hoaxes out there. They say that if all the pieces of the true cross that were ever sold were gathered in one place, you would have enough wood to build Noah's Ark. I do not have a religious hoax for you. I have instead the real thing. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes in amazement on the Shroud of Marin. The Shroud of Marin, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry Garcia's image, mystically imprinted upon a thrift store sheet. Your minds are undoubtedly aswim with questions. I only have a little time here to take a few questions. What is the first question? Question number 1. Who has question number 1? Yes, sir.
How old is it?
How old is it? An excellent question. Dropouts from the Timothy Leary School have carbon THC dated this to 1973. 1973, ladies and gentlemen. This has been put through a series of electric Kool-Aid pH tests. It was found to be highly acid. Further acid tests revealed that after 2 hits, the colors are much more vibrant and you get the jokes. What is really interesting is that resins from the Shroud have been compared to resins from a pipe screen found in a denim and macrame couch of the same 1973 era. Amazing, amazing, I agree. Second question. Who has question number 2?
Oh, I do.
Good question. How was it created? Ladies and gentlemen, we are several percent certain that this thing was created when a bomb exploded backstage at Winterland in 1973. Sprayed with bongwater, Jerry Garcia stumbled into this sheet. This sheet that was hung up for Bob Dylan's privacy for Janice knows what. Amazing, you say. He then stumbled into the green room where he sketched out designs that later became a popular line of neckwear. Third question. Yes. How do we know it's Jerry Garcia and not Gordon Lightfoot? Excellent question. Excellent question. Ladies and gentlemen, the hair is somewhat reminiscent of both. But Gordon Lightfoot had clear spectacles. These are obviously the imprint of opaque sunglass type spectacles. The guitars were different, of course. But ladies and gentlemen, most astounding, notice the missing upper portion of the middle digit of the right hand. Jerry Garcia was missing the upper portion of the middle digit of his right hand. Gordon Lightfoot has all his fingers. I know, this makes you wonder, why? Why does Gordon Lightfoot have all his fingers? Because Gordon Lightfoot did not flip off Phil Spector early in his career. The Yakuza rock and roll thing. Fourth question. Fourth question. Who has the fourth question? You have lots of questions. They're irrelevant. Oh, yes, read it. Why haven't we seen it before? Because it's been in hiding. It has been in hiding because there are short hairs from Idaho that are after this. Short hairs from Idaho that are trying to bury all evidence that the psychedelic era ever occurred. You may have heard of them, the Narc of the Covenant. The Narc of the Covenant believes that the psychedelic era only occurred on a soundstage in Hollywood, right next door to the moon landing and the defeat of Al Gore by George Bush. I know, it's a frightening thing. It's going back into hiding, too, I'll tell you that much. Fifth question. How do we know it has mystical powers? That should have been the first question, if you ask me. How do we know it has mystical powers? Well, ladies and gentlemen, immediately after the bong-spattered Jerry stumbled into the sheet, there was no image. The sheet was taken down after the concert and returned to the hog farm where it was used in a spare bedroom and fortunately never laundered. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 years later at a bicentennial toga party, Wavy Gravy himself wore this sheet and the image slowly appeared as the following miracles occurred. 1. A mime was made to talk. 2. A lighter with no fluid in it continued to work for the entire party. 3. A man with no taste purchased an exquisite tie-dye. 4. A woman with no sense of smell put on barely enough patchouli instead of the usual way too much. What are we on? 5?
Yes.
5, ladies and gentlemen, 5. A child, deaf since birth, was able to hum the entire melody of Dark Star through Mickey Hart's 27-minute drum solo. And last but not least, most astounding of all, the next morning, the dead were seen to rise before noon. I know, I need a miracle every day, but this was no everyday miracle. And this incredible artifact continues to cure people to this very day. If you suffer from modern technological malaise, this handmade funky thing will cure you. If you have iPod, if you suffer from the migraines associated with forehead VCR, this will cure you. And not just localized problems, systemic problems, like, say, cellular phone. This will cure you. If you lay on your hands, you will be cured. If you wish to rub other things up against it, you can be cured of trackball. You can be cured of DVD. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shroud of Marin.